Okay, all right. So tonight's homework. Now let me finish this hash brown. Okay, all right. So let's pick it up at number 6. Now here it says Jensen stopped at a rest stop. Okay, all right. I won't read it to you. So what's the distance in miles between the two areas? So it's the same thing from number 1 from yesterday and the do now from yesterday. So here we're comparing inches to miles again. I don't know why I'm writing it on my paper. You can't see. Inches, what is it, to miles. All right. Again, now right off the bat, they gave you the scale, right? 1 inch is equivalent to 35 miles. So 2.5 inches on the paper is how many miles? All right. And right after that, the answer's D. 7. Same thing. Now, this one's a little more interesting because they're using fractions. So right off the bat, they gave you centimeters to feet. So 1 centimeter is 2 3/4 feet. So the question is 4.5 on centimeters. It's how many feet? All right. Now here you got to multiply the two fractions. And so you have to remember when you multiply fractions, right? You have to convert these into improper fractions, then you can multiply. All right. And what you would get is 99 over 8 or 12 3/8. Now, I mean, no, forget it. All right, let's move on. 8. Now, this one's good. Based on the graph, which statement is true? Okay. A, point R means that the unit rate is $10 per pound. That is absolutely untrue. $10 get you 4 pounds of turkey. So cross A out. B says point R means the unit rate is 4 pounds per dollar. That's utterly untrue. Just because, it's not true. You don't, for a dollar, you're not going to get 4 pounds of turkey. All right, that's in your dreams. C, point W means that the unit rate is 250 per pound. So that is the true statement, right? Because you got to look at the x-axis where it says 1, right? And for 1 pound, you have to pay $2.50. So that's it, 250 per pound. Okay, let's turn the paper over. 9. Now 9 and 10 is the same question. I thought it was 2, so that's why I wrote 9 and 10. So it's the same question. Now, this one's interesting. It can be tough because it requires you the use of how to read a graph. And also, reading the graph is the hardest part, actually. Now, the reason why this is even in this worksheet is because this per hour, so it's a unit rate. So I want to emphasize that. Now, okay, so what was the average speed from hour 1 to 4? So what you guys need to realize is this. From hour 1 to hour 4, the time that's elapsed is not 4 hours. It's 3. 3 hours elapsed from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Think about it like that. Okay? So 3 hours elapsed. All right, now, and the difference in distance is 100 miles. So think of it like this, right? If you're calculating in miles per hour, and it's miles per hour, not hours per mile, all right? Because look at the choices, right? They're all miles per hour. 100 miles in 3 hours, essentially. That's what we kind of gleaned from the graph. 100 miles is 3 hours is how many miles per 1 hour. So that's it, B. All right, 30, 33 and a third. Okay, last one. 11, which is actually 10. Now let's see. Okay, graph. What point represents the unit rate? If you see that on the state test, you should be doing backflips, okay? Because these kind of questions essentially requires no work. So I mean, look, if you're given 4 choices, just look at the x coordinate on each of the 4 choices, right? So the first coordinate for choice A is 0. That's not a unit rate. B is 1. C is 15. D is 8. I mean, that's it. That's the answer. I mean, it's always something over 1. So it's x, where x is 1. There's your answer, okay? So it's choice B, all right? When you go 1 over to the right, you have to go 15 up on the y-axis. So yeah, that's it. Okay, all right. Let me just stop this video. All right, I don't want this video to be any longer than it has to. So thanks for watching, and stay classy.
OMG, that was so good.